Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of The Quest Company.
My name is Zara, and I'm a skilled, trained healing cleric and a powerful elf unlike any you've ever seen before. Well, I guess I should say unlike any I have ever seen before, since I've never seen an actual elf in my life. You see, I was raised in a very sheltered, secluded forest by my adopted mother, a gnome paladin, Gulliana, or I would call her Mama G. See, I was dropped on Mama G's doorstep as a baby, and she believed it was her duty by the gods to raise me and train me to be a great warrior and healer. We had a good, quiet life together, which sadly recently ended as Mama G died this year. Before she passed, she was tormented by dreams and was going mad. She kept telling me there was more I needed to know, and I needed to find a letter, and after tearing the house apart, I finally found it, but it was too late. She was gone. And now my life is riddled with questions. What is so important about this letter? And why didn't she tell me about it sooner? And the worst part of all, no matter how hard I try, I can't open it. So my mission is to open this letter and find out who I truly am.
Tabitha was abandoned by both her parents when she was just a baby. She grew up alone, but was somehow always taken care of. She learned how to make weapons for herself and trained herself for protection. When she was 16, she killed the leader of the town, Crestport, and most of his forces. And no one knows why she killed him. But for that, she spent 8 years isolated in prison.
I am Frank. Bony, lacking flesh, a harbor for foreign moss, a simple skeleton. My death should come as no surprise, seeing as that I am no longer alive, but it happened and it was wet. My father, Ralph, he let me call him Ralph, taught me the secrets of the seas. Well, not all of the seas, mostly the 100-mile radius around our hometown of Bankland. When I was a teenager, this is back when I had skin and whatnot, my father, Ralph, he was a bounty hunter or something. I could never find out for sure. He just disappeared from the ship that I was on, and that turned into a whole ordeal. Some people in Bankland, more specifically a bastard by the name of Salty Jim, wondered out loudly how the hell such a seasoned sailor can end up just up and vanish. And so he was paying my father or something for deeds, and he wasn't happy at the loss, so he blamed Ralph's death on me. And if you must really know, I was put in prison and with this wizard dude guy named Mike. But he preferred to be called Old Mike. Mike saw something in me, or what the what, and gave me his wizard book, which I used to kill Salty Jim's entire crew. As you can imagine, Salty Jim was not a big fan of this turn of events, and he tried to kill me. Well, kill is such a big word. Let's say he tried to dispose of me with a certain length of chain. So while my body drowned out in the sea, me was still alive for some reason. And I just followed the dark sea for a while, walking along the bedrock until time no longer existed, and fish had just ripped and torn at my body until I was nothing more than a few clumps of meat stuck on some stubborn bones. I came across an island at one point, free of any trees or life, and I sat there, waiting for my bones to dry and my soul to leave this corporeal plane, but my bones simply never ceased dripping, and moss began to grow in places. So I took this as a challenge. A second chance for vengeance, a return, an opportunity rare and incredible. I knew at that moment, at that precise moment, that I would destroy the Salty Jim, that mongoloid fuck, that literal bastard, even if it cost me my soul.
Hello. My name is Roarke Blackwater. I was born on my mother's ship, the Devil's Maiden, 7 years after she became Pirate Queen. I only ever heard rumors and whispers of how my mother gained her title. I grew up on the ship, learning from an early age the ways of the sea and of piracy. Never knew my father and was never told much about him. As I grew up, I trained extensively in fighting with 2 blades and became quite the expert swordsman. I was always well liked by the crew, even more so than my mother, who they thought at times could be cruel and unfair to them. When I was close to coming of age, there was secret talk amongst the crew of me perhaps taking over for her. I'd begun to be a part of our planning and war council and shown myself to be a fearless fighter and a natural leader. The last few raids we went on in which my ideas were ignored hadn't gone well, and the crew wasn't happy. Once she caught wind of this potential mutiny, she was enraged and decided to squash it by marooning me on a remote island, bound, gagged, and blindfolded. By the time I was able to free myself, the Devil's Maiden was long gone. I was on the island for weeks, living off what edible vegetation I could find and spearfishing in a nearby reef. One day, a small fishing boat happened to pass by and saw my smoke signals calling for help. Despite them being terrified by my appearance once they were close enough to get a good look at me, I convinced them to give me safe passage back to the mainland. That was 5 years ago. Since then, I've found work as a bounty hunter and mercenary, mostly for coastal law enforcement. I hunt pirates. Not because I have a strong desire to bring them to justice, but because I'm looking for a way to find my mother. With every pirate I capture, it's one more clue, one step closer to catching up with her. When I track her down, I will kill her, and I will claim the Devil's Maiden as my own.
Previously on the Quest Company.
I'm ready to hit it. I did not sleep well last night, and this place is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
You didn't sleep well either?
No.
Ah.
Oh my gosh. I woke up in a cold sweat. Where's Sherman?
Shoot. I had a dream last night.
Something's not good around here, and I don't like it at
Bad
all.
aura, bad juju.
Not a fan of that.
Until you reach the mouth of this rather large cave. None of you recognize this as language. It seems to be carved into the rock itself. You just enter into this open expanse. All three of you with dark vision spot the very large chasm that runs the length of the room. You see the remains of what looks to be a rope bridge that has been cut or has fallen but is no longer rope bridging.
This doesn't seem like it's where the cult would be, because they would have to be able to come across. We can certainly come back in the future if we figure out a way that we can get across. You just love to do this shit.
As you guys turn, Tabitha is currently standing on top of the roof of the building where you guys slept.
I'll start going toward the sewer.
Back to hell.
Okay.
Let's go. And we're live.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. That was a Satan coin.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It's a good way to start us off.
All of you begin making your way down the mountain. Everyone roll athletics for me real quick.
6.
6, 8,
12.
12.
9.
So you guys begin making your way down the mountain. The day, having sifted through these buildings and having gone into the cave and back out of the cave and up and down the mountain, sunset is beginning to creep in, making your way down this mountain. The going is not easy on your way back down. Tabitha, you've done this before on your nighttime bender, but this path is much harder this time. Frank? It's hard, but you're making it work. Roarke is real tough. You've moved a bunch of stuff. Same with you, Zara. You've moved a bunch of stuff. It's physically exhausting. By the time you guys reach the bottom, the sun has completely set.
Dang.
And Tabitha, Frank, and Zara suffer 1 point of
I
exhaustion.
knew it was coming.
Wait, I don't?
You're good. No, you do.
Oh, you didn't say my name.
Oh, wait, I suffered
did.
exhaustion as well?
He
No, I
said
said
Tabitha,
Tabitha,
Frank,
Roarke.
and Zara.
Did I say Frank?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said Frank.
Oh,
might
I
be.
thought you said Roarke.
Roarke.
So not me.
It's pointing at me. You're good. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
But you did.
Now, at this point of the night, they'll all be flooding back into the sewer, correct?
Ooh,
Probably so, yeah.
If they're coming from outside, from this side, we might be able to see where they're coming from.
True. Also, how are we close to, like, what's the situation with explodey looking animals?
They all have left.
Okay.
You don't see them.
Interesting. Yeah, we can certainly keep an eye on the entrance to the sewer there for a while and see if there's any activity.
See if anybody's going in there.
Maybe we can snatch somebody and
Interrogate them?
Get some kind of direction. Yeah.
We have to not kill him this time.
Yes. All right,
My
everybody.
mistake.
I'm just wondering.
What?
Yeah.
No, never mind.
What?
Well, they're gone,
Right?
and we didn't see them coming down the mountain. Right? So where would they have gone?
We
So
don't know if
my
they're
thought-
coming out of the sewer is what we're saying. If anybody comes out
No,
of the
no.
sewer.
No, going into the sewer, that's what I
No,
was
the
talking about.
deer.
Oh, right.
deer?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about them, though?
So where did they go?
Probably in the
woods.
forest.
Yeah.
Because we didn't blow them up.
Okay.
That's usually where they hide out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole deal. That's why CJ was like,
yeah.
"Oh no, don't do that."
Oh gosh, he sounds terrible.
That was an
my thought-
exaggeration.
He had a better voice than that.
My thought was, what if they're taking them
It was
through the
sassier.
sewers to the town and using them as little bombs to get more people?
I mean, that would certainly be something new. They haven't done that yet.
Well,
Just a thought.
but
Well, when I was talking to good old Double M, she was telling me that they had been doing that for years.
doing what?
The people had been in the town going there in that night for years.
Exactly.
And
Right.
I didn't see any destruction from exploding animals in
Right.
the town.
It's dumb ideas.
No,
It might
no,
be.
it's not a dumb
It could
idea.
be. I was just a thought.
Worth considering.
Okay.
Well, tell you what. We'll keep an eye out, see if anybody comes out of the
Or
sewers
goes into.
or goes into,
Yes.
and with that, we will snatch them if they do. If we see anybody and they come through,
Yeah.
and we will interrogate them and figure out where the hell the rest of them are, and let's everybody put our hands in and say, let's not accidentally kill people like we usually do.
I immediately
Just
put my
going into
hand
the
in.
sewer.
Come on, come on.
Great.
It'll be
Come on,
fun.
Tabitha.
It'll be fun.
Come on. You're
What?
the one that doesn't like accidentally killing people.
Look, I'm
Come
just saying, we've all done it.
It's a
so let's
team-building
just
exercise, Tabitha.
Consciously try to not do it. What's that? One, two, three. Let's not accidentally kill anybody.
Anybody.
This time.
This time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go interrogation.
Maybe next time.
Go team.
Okay, so game plan. What are we doing?
I put my cloak on and my mask.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think we had them on, but I forgot.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, we just.
We've
That's
had them
okay.
on
If
the
you've
whole
taken
time.
them off, you put them back.
Yeah.
I put my cloak on, whatever, too.
Yeah. So I think we
My
should.
question is, do we have time to rest really quickly to get the exhaustion
Yeah.
going?
Can we take a short rest and get rid of exhaustion, or is that?
I think we're going to need to sleep before we go in.
I mean,
Well, then we're burning another day.
I know, but
I'm not exhausted right now. What I can try to corner somebody or do something myself. 'Cause
All right,
I have
all
a
right.
plan.
Okay.
I trust you.
great. Well,
Now-
how's about we?
Oh, I really want
with
to
with your plan. What was your plan, Frank?
Well, I was thinking to sit just inside of the the sewer, and me being a skeleton. If I'm just kind of laying
Oh,
there,
they'll think you're dead.
what are they gonna think?
It's
It's
just
just a
a
skelly
dead
ball.
guy. It's
Yeah.
just a dead guy.
So,
It's just a skeleton with 2 eyes.
I'll pop them out. Don't worry.
I'll keep them for
Didn't
you.
he pop those out?
Nope.
Nope, not yet.
They're still in there.
He traded them.
Oh
better
yeah, we got
ones.
better
Nice
ones.
new
New ones. That's what it was. Yeah,
Pop them out, and you guys can hold my stuff. You can hold my stuff, Roarke.
I will hold your
And-
stuff.
Does that sound like a plan, Dan?
This
a
sounds
great
like a
idea.
Here's what
plan.
I'm thinking. Maybe I could try to situate myself where I could see in. Then if they try to kill you or anything like that, without killing them, I can just kind of shoot them in the leg or something.
From the distance?
Wound them from a distance just in case it goes south.
Let's try that.
Great.
I like it. Well,
How far away are we from the sewer at this point?
You're a good chunk of time.
we will.
It's not horrible, but
The other two of us can hang out over to the sides of the skeleton and keep watch
We'll
from
be
any
back
other
up.
from any other direction. But we'll be out of the way.
And we're trying to go to that room that we did not check out.
The path that we did not
Yeah.
check out.
Uh-huh.
As soon as we
the
enter
path. I don't know if it's a room, but
to the right
yes.
Right.
from before.
So we will do that
Great.
once we get down there.
sweet. So you guys take the better part of an hour getting back to the sewers, but you are now back at the sewers.
Alright.
It is.
Is the gate still open? Is it closed?
You guys closed it. I don't know that you
Oh,
locked
okay.
it.
We didn't lock
We
it.
didn't lock it. Can I get to where I can keep a mark on Frank?
Brink, where are you going?
I guess I'm gonna lay up on the wall. just outside of the gate.
Just near the door?
Just,
or
like,
inside it? Or on the out?
On the outside. Just like
Okay.
a little bit to the right of the door.
You give me your stuff?
I'll give you my staff.
No, your stuff.
My stuff. I'll give you all my stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure that I have your stuff, yeah.
Just hold my stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll just lay here for a bit.
Okay.
Cool.
How long is a bit?
I guess a bit could be a couple. Frank's kind of impatient, so let's say hour and a half to an hour.
Hour and a half to an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. Tabitha, you find a position. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
26.
26. Okay. You stealth, and you are going to a position where you can see Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are in it. You can see Frank pretty clearly, and most things should not be able to see you.
Sweet.
What are you two doing?
Like over to the sides, more out of the way, just in the mask and robe, just looking like I'm posting up standing guard.
Okay.
Yeah. Just trying to be a nondescript guy in a mask.
Okay.
So I'm a little confused. Frank, are you inside the gate or you're
No,
outside
he's
the
outside
gate?
the gate.
And then Tabitha, are you inside the gate?
I thought you were somewhere.
I'm somewhere where I
nearby.
can see, but I'm not in the gate. Like, I'm imagining I'm, like, by... I can see in the gate to shoot through the gate
Cool.
if I need to.
Then I guess I'll just be on the opposite side of Roarke, kind of, again, attempting that stand guard thing.
Okay.
And we will do that.
You do that for the better part of an hour and a half, and nobody shows up.
I
Frank?
kind of like hum a little bit.
I stand up.
Guys, Tabitha,
Yeah.
it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Should we wait longer?
No, I think we should just go in the sewer.
Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go in the sewer.
If we can always attempt this again inside the sewer deeper if we hear
Yeah.
people coming.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So we'll do that.
Good idea.
Okay. You guys you can give Frank back his stuff.
Yeah, get back his stuff.
Okay.
So he can put back on the robe and mask.
You do, and you guys descend into the sewers.
Great.
If my memory serves me, I think we checked everything except for that immediate right as soon as we.
Yes.
The two pipe, like we here's like where we came in.
Uh-huh.
The two pipes here, and then like we split off and went this way, and then it's like
Why didn't we
that
let
way.
Zara lead since she took down?
You took a map, didn't you?
Thank you, Tabitha.
Just do it.
Okay.
Don't
Oh, all
take a
right.
long
Here we go.
time
Here we
being
go. Sorry.
gay about it.
Okay. So
Tabitha, you're being a little bit of impatient, aren't you?
anyway,
Am I, Frank? Am I? Because I'm just remembering that you guys just left me in the cold, but let's just
Left
go.
you in the cold? Oh, I wonder why.
Frank, I tried to give you money. I apologize.
I wonder why we haven't killed these people
I don't know
so we can get our
why.
money. How
I
about we
just start
do
to
it?
walk. If y'all want to know where we're going, follow me.
I don't know why I argue with
Zara,
you.
where are you
Tabitha.
going?
I'm walking in and I say,
Frankly,
hey,
Frank, nor do I.
y'all, remember that time where a huge butt centipede almost ate Frank and other things happened? This
No.
is that room.
Yeah, and I tried to
This
get
is
you
that
out,
room.
and then you want to do it yourself. And then
This-
you didn't
Remember how I
cut
killed
you
the
out.
thing?
This is that room, so maybe we can be subtle and sneaky and walk along the edge so that we don't sink into the middle.
There was a butt centipede?
I don't.
Can we just move?
Let's just
Whatever.
move to the place where we're going.
Okay.
We're chill.
Entering into the sewers, you come to an immediate left that you guys would have to take.
Yes.
And taking that left, you travel a few feet, and then you come back to you can see up ahead a three-way fork in the road.
In the sewer.
Sorry. So we made it through the centipede room.
Mm-hmm.
We walked down.
I apologize.
This
Thank
second
you,
room has
thank
the
you,
three tubes.
thank you.
I apologize.
Okay, because I was gonna say we had to take an immediate right.
Yes, I apologize.
Okay.
I'm looking at my map. Where are we going? Question.
We're going out of the centipede room and down a hallway
No,
until we hit
don't-
a left.
When we come back
Correct.
in, we're not in centipede room.
Yeah, we are.
We're just above it, aren't we?
No. This is the exit.
Oh, okay.
Here, let's look at it.
For the listeners, there's some map stuff going on.
Yeah.
And we're trying
And the
to figure
question-
out
we're
what the
trying to go to the
discrepancy
question mark?
was.
Yeah, we're trying to go
Okay,
question
cool.
mark. So,
This episode brought to you by
Fox's
Fox's
Pizza.
Pizza.
Google,
Sponsor us, please. Fox's Pizza.
Google Maps. And Fox's Pizza. So you're just hanging a straight until you can no longer go straight, and then you're taking a left.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You take that left.
Great. So this is where we killed that left is where we killed those two guys in other masks.
Right.
And then the right coming up is the way out. So we want to keep going straight.
It's great.
Straight then.
So
We'll
we
do
keep going
that.
straight. And I check for traps as we go along straight.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
I'm gonna check for track. No, never mind. Actually, that was
22.
We never made that one, right?
Huh?
We never made that one, right?
Made the what one?
The trap. We didn't make it right.
No.
Okay.
We thought about it, and then
Yeah,
we were
no, we
like,
didn't.
we don't
So
actually
against
have the supplies to make
I couldn't
something.
remember if we had
You
made
don't
it
see
or
any?
not.
Yeah.
Traveling up to the north, you enter into a room. Continuing straight, you come to a bend to the left. Taking it a few more feet, you bend back to the right and begin to enter into a large room filled with water.
Filled with water.
I don't
It's
like
not to the
this.
brim. It's like everything else you've been going on.
Let's just remember last time, not
Yep.
just jump in the
I
water.
don't want to go in there again.
Is there any... I'll look around in the room. Is there any...
Are we at a dead end?
Frank, you looked at the map with Zara, so I'm assuming you're around there. Roarke, do you want to be in the back or do you want to be in the side?
Side.
Okay, Tabitha, bringing up the rear.
Can we see that it's a dead end?
You currently can.
We can see?
Mm-hmm.
That's a dead end?
Well,
But there's
then where
water.
are they?
If we're at a dead end now,
Let's just...
remember those
Yeah, they were
places
going
over
the other
off to the left when we very first walked in, the first time
Yeah.
when we said, oh,
Yeah, that's
maybe
where
that
I
could
thought
be
we
it.
were going. Are we not there?
No,
No, this is
we're-
a different spot
Yeah.
that was further in that we
You know
never
what I
went
just
to.
don't get?
What?
I just don't get why the blank I got drugged by these stupid people in a mask. They're trying to bring me to this stupid gutter. I assumed they were going to kill me. And now that I know this gutter thing, there's like, what am I doing here?
Let's just take a
Wait,
breath.
were you alone when you got whatever happened to you?
Yeah, do you know why they took you?
No. And I thought I'm just
All right,
ticked. I'm
let's
ticked.
just
I'm
take
ticked.
a breath and go back to where we started and go into those tunnels. Because clearly we've hit every option.
Well, let me check these rocks and see if there's anything there first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frank,
I'll
you
go
walk
up with
here.
Frank to
Roarke,
check out the rocks.
You go up here. Zara, you moving at all?
No.
Okay.
I just gotta cool
Tabitha,
down.
you wanna
I
move
gotta
at
cool
all?
down.
Okay.
Anything there?
They're just rocks.
All right. Yeah, let's go
They're
back to
just rocks.
those grates back toward the beginning.
Zara,
Of
you
this
lead
whole
the
thing.
way.
Okay,
Rocks
I turn us around
and
and we start heading back the same
And
way.
rocks and shit.
Before you do,
Oh no.
you hear two
All
as
right.
bodies out of the water.
Oh boy.
You would put us in the water.
This one is going to attack you, Zara.
Come at me. I'm ready. Come at me. I'm rested. I
it's
may
an
be
18 to
exhausted.
hit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
You take 5 damage
Sounds about
from
right.
it. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage because you're
Exhaustion.
exhaustion.
That's 17.
A 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You begin to feel the effects of something like creeping into your bones, and suddenly you can't move.
Ah.
This one is going to attack Frank from behind. That's a like 23 to hit,
Yep.
and that's going to do 6 points of damage to you, Frank. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
19, 20, 22, 23.
23. You feel the effects of this creeping in towards you, and you are able to shrug it off. Everyone roll initiative.
Woo, initiative. 7.
14.
You were so excited.
Yep. And then I rolled.
Do you add anything to initiative?
Yeah.
Your dexterity.
Oh, thanks.
16.
So what do we have?
7.
7 as well for me.
14.
14 and Tabitha?
16.
Top of initiative, this creature that attacked Zara. It's going to attack Zara again.
You would.
And he has advantage because he can't move.
It would.
That'll be a 20-something to hit, so he's going to hit.
Shoot, dang.
And he does 6 damage to you.
Oh, all right.
Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 22.
22? Okay. You still can't move. Tabitha, you're up.
Do I have a sneak at all, or has it seen me?
You could potentially have a sneak on this fellow here.
Okay, I'm gonna sneakily shoot him with an
Okay.
arrow.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
10?
A 10? That'll hit.
Hey-o.
Great.
You just have to believe in yourself.
Well, I was so low, I was like, this won't happen to him. 11.
11? Sweet. Jeez Louise. You put an arrow right in the back of its neck, and the arrow, Frank, you see come forward towards you, as you now have turned around. It's still standing, but it is having a hard time maintaining whatever is holding it together. Frank, it's your turn.
Bitch, slap it with my other arm.
Sweet. Go ahead and roll a hit.
17, 18, 19, 20.
You hit. Go ahead and roll a hit. You roll your damage.
That's an 8. That's a 6
Plus strength, so 8.
8. That's 7.
With that, you knock its head completely around the backside, and it falls down. You see Tabitha on the other side of it.
Ooh.
That's good, because it was next. Roarke, you're up.
Great. I'm going to run over to the one at Zara, and I will take 2 swipes.
Go ahead. Roll to hit.
That one.
Does not hit.
And a 15? Yeah, 15.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll 1 damage.
Great. Wait, no. That's
One
not.
set of damage.
That's
not
not
1
what I
damage.
got.
1 damage. You get to choose between 1 and 1 damage.
That is 9.
9 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. As you miss with the first sword and then come across it with the second one, cleaving it for 9 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Still on its feet. Zara, you can't
Yeah.
move.
Mm-hmm.
It's now its turn. It's going to attack you, Roarke.
Oh boy.
That's going to be a 20 to hit.
Yep. These guys are rolling real well to hit.
That is going to be 6 damage against you.
Okay.
And Constitution saving throw.
Mm. That's a disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've done one of them. The first one was a 4. And the second was a 17. So 4.
So 4. You start feeling your body's inability to move.
Mm-hmm.
Having seen Zara not react to this creature attacking it,
Uh-huh.
you're suddenly like, oh, and
Oh, that
you
makes sense.
can't move.
Hey, can I ask a quick question?
Yep.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on myself? Would
Not
that
while
make
you're
an effect?
paralyzed.
Okay.
Tabitha, it's your turn.
So I can't sneak on that one.
No.
I'm going to.
Well, wait. Yes, you technically can sneak on it because it's engaged in combat
I'm going to
with
sneak up behind
Roarke
it
because Roarke attacked it.
and take the meat hook to the head.
Nice.
Oh, meaty.
Well, you know, I got it. Might as well.
I mean, yeah.
Flavor.
Flavor Flav.
18?
18, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll a d4 and a d6. 10 total damage.
Nice.
Sweet.
You grab the meat hook by its one handle and just jam it down in its skull and pull it back, and the top of its cranium just back, and it just crumples to the ground. You guys are out of combat. Both of you begin to be able to move again.
Ugh. Silly.
Only
You know-
something in the water.
What?
Hold on a second.
What?
Where are they coming from?
What?
They can't just be coming out of the water, right?
I mean,
I mean, they could have been
these guys
sleeping
could have
there
been.
for a while or something and
Yeah.
felt us come. I don't know.
We haven't been down this way, so these guys
Yeah.
could have been here for a while.
Frank,
Yeah.
how do you feel about just swimming down there and seeing if there's any kind of hole or...
Well, I feel like we've already been to all the places that there would have been something. Unless we go through those pipes, in which case I will probably be willing to do said thing.
You know, I've got a crazy idea.
Yes.
We've been gone for about 3 days now. Is that right? 2-3 days?
Sure.
Maybe we go back up to town and...
About 2.5. Like, you're at about 3 because of the time you currently are at.
Right.
It's also nighttime, so like rolling back into town, people will be out, or should
Right.
be at least. You are on the night of what will have just been the 3rd day,
Right.
Because you went into the sewers at night, and then if you track to when you fell asleep to dream your dreams, that's 1 day. You went back. That's when you climbed up the mountain, and will be the 2nd day. And then the start of the 3rd day will be, if you went back to town right now,
Yeah.
it would be the start of the 3rd day away from town.
And it's already pretty late at night.
It was pitch black when you entered the cave, and you
Yeah.
waited an hour and a half
Great.
before you entered back into the sewer.
So
By cave, I meant sewer, everyone.
here's my crazy idea.
I'm ready.
What if we go back into town, rest and spend part of the day tomorrow trying to, like, we find another tavern.
Sure.
We spend part of the day trying to figure out if anything significant has happened in town the past couple of days, because
Yeah.
we haven't really, for the past day and a half or so, we haven't really seen much of anybody
No.
from this cult. So we can see if there are any new developments or anything,
Yeah.
and then from there we can go check out that last one. But I just find it odd that we haven't seen any of the rest of these guys
The last
since
time
we
we
came
saw
in
some
here.
cult people was when they were, going through that way of the sewer.
Right.
And then we tried all of the entrances over there, and then we finally got over to the mountain. But now, the only thing that I can think of is that if we go to town, we should get something that could help us cross that crevasse.
That's also true. We can
Yeah.
look around for something that could help us with
Because
that.
that's the only thing that I got.
Yeah.
I can think of.
Yeah.
Great.
So how about we do that? How about we, try to sneak out here without, alerting any attention. If we come across any plague people, we'll follow them, I guess.
Try to interrogate them, figure out where they're going.
Yeah. But I'm not even sure if we'll see anybody, just from the pattern that's already developed here. So how about we just kind of go back, see if we can find a place to crash, and then we'll hit it tomorrow night, hopefully seeing what's down either that last part of the sewer that we haven't been in, or we go back to that cave once we've got a way to get across that crevasse.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, in that cave that we were in, there was a bottomless pit-looking thing that had a bridge across it, but it was broken. So we couldn't get across.
You didn't use rope?
I mean, it was 30 feet across and there was a
It
bottomless
was too
pit.
wide.
Well, I mean, if you had somebody who could shoot arrows, it could have shot into the side.
Okay,
and then you could
okay.
have just...
Tabitha? We're moving past this.
Yeah.
We're now living in the present.
Yep.
Past is in the past.
Living.
Tabitha. It's funny because I'm dead. All right.
So we'll start
Do
heading
we
back
wanna go
towards
to the town?
the entrance to the sewer, like to the town where we first picked up Zara.
I will lead the way.
You're leading the way? Mm-hmm. Okay, where are you guys going next?
Turn around.
Okay.
We go down this twisty part of the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
And when we hit the first left we take it. But we remember that there were darts in this hall.
Yeah.
So we gotta crouch.
Just
Okay.
spitballing here. What about that guy in the well?
I know.
I know, and that's part of why I want to go into town to see, like, that seems like something strange that maybe... I mean, as far as I know, that there wasn't any cult throwing people down in a well before, so that might be a new development, which will be worth looking
Which
into.
we'll figure out once we get there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just
No, but yeah, that might be where we can get some information, is in town. Somebody might know something about that.
All right.
Okay.
Continue down, avoiding the darts.
Yep.
There's a couple twists. We
Yeah.
take the twists, and we do the shakes, and then keep going down, and we take the left.
Can I perceive if
But-
there's any kind of like footprints or anything on the wall?
Go and roll perception.
Any kind of something?
That's a good question. Did we ever check the walls in here?
19.
19? The best you can tell from being down here, it seems to be that there are places that are more disturbed and places that are less disturbed just in the water as you travel.
Okay.
The path that you took was very undisturbed, or not undisturbed, but very disturbed, as if it had had heavy foot traffic. However, you started to notice on this trip back that a lot of it has clumped together. Like, a lot of things have like started to clump together, and like masses have started to form in areas that you knew to be well trafficked, that you were walking when you were coming through the first time, by at least the cult probably. Those areas are not well trafficked anymore.
Okay.
Do they?
If that helps.
I know that's your observation, but do you mind if can we check to see
I will
if
say
it's-
that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I relay the message.
Do they look like? Does the traffic have any animal prints to it? Just because there are so many creepy crawlies.
So where the prints would be is under the water, and it would be instantly almost gone once it was made.
Gotcha.
What I'm talking about is more like, in layman's terms, shit that has like collected in certain areas. The path that you originally followed was very like disturbed, and it was like broken up. Coming back through it, however, stuff has started to like clump together
Undisturbed
and
shit.
be
So the
undisturbed.
people of the town aren't pooping as much. So that must mean I don't know.
What?
So here's my thought. What if they...
Sorry, I was going with the conspiracy.
The through traffic that may have been every night has lessened.
My
That's
thought...
not every night.
So here's what... Yeah. Either it's not every night, or
They've moved on.
they figured out we know where their passage is.
That could have been why they cut the they could have cut the bridge.
Could be, which means that our best bet's to go to town,
Go
get
to
something
town,
to go
get
across this
something.
bridge, and go from there.
Okay.
Cool.
Damn it.
When we hit this next turn, we watch out for that trap that lifts us up into the ceiling.
Yeah.
That lifts us up where we
So I'll say
belong.
this: that's the rope trap. It's already been cut.
Okay,
so it
great.
doesn't
Just
exist
double
anymore.
checking.
But you're good.
And then we take the next right.
Yep.
Now, guys, there are 2 outlet sewer pit things here that we didn't check out.
Yeah, I think that's on the to-do list after we've gone into
After
town.
we've gone into town.
Or we just do them now.
Is there any? Does it still look undisturbed around here? It doesn't look like anybody's been through here at this point.
All right. I
Okay,
just
well,
think when we're here, why don't we just go
Yeah,
check it
there
out?
could be something in there, like
Gold,
gold or
something.
All right, while we're here, we might as well. All right.
Okay.
Nice.
That was a good
you know it.
Zara, there are 2 paths. Which one are you taking?
Yeah, there were 2 little tunnels.
Towards the right. The
The
first
one
one
to
on
the
the right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first one on the right being the one that Frank shot light down.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You guys begin making your way down that. Zara leading the way. Are you sketching this as you go?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, that means you're not looking for traps.
I'll look for traps.
Okay, thanks.
I'll lead and look for traps.
Yeah, great. I'll sketch.
Good.
So going forward in the future, I'm not going to like
No, I know.
verbalize that, but
Yeah.
just
Sounds good.
so you knows. You don't want to let it roll out for your perception? Go for it.
Let's do. That's not.
Well, it's not even a D20.
Oh.
Let it happen.
Let's watch it roll.
It just keeps rolling. It was all a dream the whole time.
Fortune just keeps spinning.
It just keeps spinning. It just keeps spinning. Leo.
It's taking forever.
Wow. This is
I
incredible.
like it.
Leo.
Oh.
That is a
That for a 2.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
An 8.
Really anticlimactic.
You're looking for traps with an 8.
No, sorry, that's 6.
6. Making your way down this metal tube of shit.
Yep.
You eventually come to a large flooded room. Bodies.
Ooh.
Just a lot of bodies.
Bodies?
Yep.
Do they have robes and masks on them?
The occasional one does, some don't.
I wonder if we recognize anybody in here.
I don't know, but they could also be more of those ghouly fellas. like we saw already.
Shoot. You're right.
You can't physically see like spaces between the bodies. It's almost a mound.
Wow.
And it's closer to where the mound is bigger the closer you are to where you are. It seems bodies are getting washed down here.
Oh.
Can I poke through the bodies and see if there's anybody in there that I recognize?
Look for Samuel.
Go ahead and make an inspection or investigation.
What do you mean by getting washed through here? Is there like a channel to wash them down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That what you walk
At the
through.
very...
What you walk through to get down.
Oh, is the
See,
one
there
that
If there's
going
anything
down.
that's pulling, like there's water that comes down it. So if something like pools up next to it, eventually it might
goes down.
slide down into it.
Creepy.
And there's just lots of bodies.
It's a 19.
A 19? You don't recognize any of the bodies in here.
I look up.
Okay, look up.
It's a...
It just
Normal
it's
ceiling?
a stone work
Okay.
that comes over it. It's filthy, but it's just
Yeah.
stone.
Okay.
I don't know if any of these people are from the town. I can't tell.
Can I look through them?
Yeah.
Are a lot of them naked, like the guy in the well?
A lot of them have like tattered rags at
7?
best, but a lot, yes.
Okay.
The ones that do look like cultish seem to have their cult robes on.
Okay.
One of which you recognize having had its face crushed in.
Is that the one I killed?
Yeah.
Looking at it, yes, it is the one.
So
that
they
you
move the
killed.
bodies.
Or they
stopped-
or
they
they
had to
or
have
they
stopped
or they
going
just
down here.
flowed through because there's a
That's true.
slight
Yeah,
current.
that's-
It seems like
yeah.
Looking not a
through-
suppository.
Tabitha, you don't
That
recognize
would
any
be
of the bodies either.
ridiculous. If it was a suppository.
I get a little
or
overwhelmed by
repository.
this site. I'm like, well,
All right, let's check the other
I
side.
guess it's
Well,
could be safe to
do-
say
do
that's where they
both-
were gonna.
Do both the
take
tubes go to
me.
the same room?
You don't see where the other tube lets in.
Let's see if we can start that other tube then.
Yeah, so we'll
Okay.
come back out and go to the other two.
Heading back out and going a little bit to the left, or a little bit to the right, and then back down the next tube. You go down a bit of a ways, and then come to just a cave in the tube.
Great.
Is there anything in the caveman?
Not that you can see.
Okay. There's nothing here.
All right, let's just. At least we know this is
Now we
where
know.
they're putting the bodies.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least where they're flowing to. So yeah, how's about we...
Celeste.
Let's go back to
What?
what?
That was who she was saying that was for.
Right. Yeah.
Can I history check to see if the name from the journal and Boles have any kind of connection?
Go ahead.
Ooh.
And make a history check on the name Bolest.
6.
Can I make a history check on that?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because she's the one that brought up the information, and it's like, I want to get away from like everybody. Let's make a check on something so that somebody gets it.
Right.
It's more of like let's like have one person designate towards it.
Coolio.
You can cut that if you want, Joe. That's more for y'all. Go ahead and make a history on Isaac
21.
21.
Nice girl.
Boles didn't help me a wing.
The name Isaac.
Wait, let me get to my notes. Okay, go.
You have not heard it per se before. What you can recollect from just that it's the construction of the word.
I's a orc. It's an orc. I was trying to say I's a orc.
I am about it.
I's a orc.
Oh my gosh.
Run from Isaac.
That scans.
Isaacor, what you know from Isaacor is the name itself is written in a phonetic spelling that is very
I's a orc.
that is a very old kind of name. This is not a name that you would find somebody on the street having nowadays.
Or is from the famous Hawaiian singer. This is the first two.
What you can gather, this name is a name from antiquity, like very, very old, which would mean that town that you were in was
old.
really, really old. You also know, you may not have heard this name per se, like you may not have had a conversation about it, but you might have heard it mentioned in passing as the best you, to your knowledge, would be that this is a very, very old, ancient name that carries a lot of weight to it. This exists in some mythology. You may not be fully aware of what that is, however. Does that make sense? That was my best way to try and describe that big old pile of bullshit I just said.
Okay. So random off goal, but Izorg is a really old name. That village was super old.
Right.
Right? And it was some kind of myth.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Good epiphany for being in a,
Well, here's what's really weird.
gutter.
How is that body freshly
Fresh.
That's what we were thinking.
freshly
How?
crushed
How?
if it's in a really old
Something
town?
went down.
It must be something to do with my guess from what all we've gathered. Cult realized we were snooping around down here. I guessed that maybe they have a hideout in that cave in the mountain. They went up to the mountain. Maybe they stayed in that village that we were in. While they were there, one of their guys got crushed.
Yeah.
They went in their cave. They cut the rope so that nobody could come after them.
Oh.
That's Rourke's theory.
No, wait.
Sorry, roll a history check.
Okay.
Wait,
Keep going.
I just remember the bridge
What?
was cut on our side.
Was it?
Yeah, it was hanging on the other
So
side of the
someone
crevasse.
didn't want something coming out. So what if that creature is in the mountain?
That's another thought.
A 20 on history.
20.
Not a nat 20, but a 20.
You're good. Isakor. The name and how it flows, there's almost a melody to its name, which is something you don't fully understand yet. It almost has celestial feeling to it.
I turned it down. What was that name again?
Izorg.
Saying
Wait a second.
saying Izaork, you don't feel it.
Never mind.
Why
Can
are
you say it
asking
again?
me? Izorg?
Wow, your voice is beautiful when
Thank
you say
you.
it. Okay,
Why are you
anything
asking?
else?
Izaork doesn't carry that with it.
Only the proper
But
pronunciation.
Zara, why are you asking?
I don't know. It just makes me feel. I don't. You're just gonna say it's gay.
No, just
Something
just tell
about
me.
it feels like a part of you.
It just gives me like a feeling like I belong. Maybe. Yeah. It just gives me a homey feeling, I guess, and like kind of like a hey, you may be in a pile of shit right now, but there are bigger things out there for you.
Like a godly feeling?
Yeah.
So what if Bolest is a demon of some sort,
Right.
and that's the opposition with the cultists, right? So if Izork is in the cave, trying to help the people sleeping and dreaming,
Yeah.
and then Bolest is who they worship, whom is a demon of some sort, then that's why they cut the bridge.
But we don't. This is just speculation.
Yeah,
at
we're
this point. We
speculating.
have no idea.
We can certainly see if
Well,
anybody
we don't know
in
where the
town-
fuck
Well,
they
okay,
are, so
well,
we might as well
let's-
speculate.
Let's
what's
go to
going on.
the town and figure out what the fuck is in that goddamn cave.
Okay, let's go.
So we do that.
Get out. to
Okay.
the
Oh man.
That was hilarious.
Zara,
Over the sewer.
where are we going?
Okay, so we're out of this tunnel that the second one. That
Because
came in.
mind you guys had this entire long conversation
said
In the
big
tunnel.
in the
dinosaurs.
tunnel
Yeah, I was thinking.
with the oppressive nature of like blackness and
That's
poo.
hilarious.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So we're out of that cave-in one,
Yep.
and we take a right.
Take a right.
Mm-hmm.
and
Keep
then
walking.
just keep walking, and you do, and you guys come out.
It's Izork. That's what he said to start.
No,
If we go
Right,
back to
though. No.
listen to the episode, we'll know
I
who's
promise
right.
you it's Isakor.
Did I say it right or did I say it wrong?
I wrote it down. It's
Apparently-
Isakor.
I'm saying it
Isakor.
wrong.
It's Isakor.
I-Z-A-K-O-R.
Can I say it one more
Isakor.
time? Just kind of humming like
As we're walking out, you're doing this.
just very gently to myself.
out of.
I'm
You
right.
did.
I know
Okay,
I'm right. When we go back
Do I
and
feel
listen,
better when
I'm
I say it right?
I promise
It
you,
feels
you didn't
familiar.
read the
Okay,
journal.
it feels
It's not necessarily
familiar.
better.
I paid attention.
It just
he said
feels
Izork,
familiar.
and I was
Okay.
like, That's funny. It sounds
Now,
like eyes
now,
work.
now, guys, should we take off?
You guys are out of
I'm
the
saying
sewers
the
now.
way
Should we?
said it.
What time of the day is it?
It is night.
It is nighttime.
I think we should go to the well.
Is it
Well,
foggy?
let's see if there's. Let me take off since I'm the only one who can stomach. Wait, is there like a haze of smoke on the ground?
No, there is not.
I take off my cloak and mask.
Okay, you do.
And let me check around the corner, see if there's any cult people. Doesn't look like it might be, but let me just check real quick.
Okay.
Go and check.
Go ahead and roll perception.
That's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Okay. You don't see anyone. It seems that nobody is out.
That's how I spelled it.
Yeah. I walk back and I convey this information to
I'm
them.
right.
Okay, you do.
Yeah.
What?
Well, does anyone want to try to expose their body to this area? See
Yeah, I'll
if
put
there's
a
still.
finger out or something.
All right.
Or an arm.
And she does, for you
Nothing
listeners.
happens.
Oh no!
Oh, thank God.
All right.
That's
Taking us
actually.
off.
I feel like that's not good though.
No, that just means they're gone.
Yeah.
Weird.
I put on my old cloak instead of the gold one.
Yeah.
Okay, you do.
Yeah.
I'm putting everything in my pack.
Well,
Okay.
there doesn't seem to be much people here. Do you want to see if check some houses or something?
We should see if
some
there's a
people
tavern.
around.
No, we
Yeah.
should find the well.
Let's find some people first. Let's make sure this town has something in it.
Let's go back to the peach pit.
Oh.
Since that was where Margot was, I mean...
Okay.
Fair enough. Let's check out the peach pit.
You guys spend a chunk of the night navigating the cities of Dagger Point. Who's wanting to take lead on that?
Not me.
I'll lead.
Frank?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a make an investigation. And it's probably good that you led because you're not at disadvantage.
16. 16.
Roll it with advantage
Oh, advantage.
because you have been here and you have traversed it at night.
Okay.
Getting rid
16.
of the pages
16?
I don't need. Because
Cool.
it's too hard to...
It takes you about an hour, but you make your way back to the peach pit. Mm-hmm. No big deal.
Do we see anybody out as we're walking towards the beach pit?
Nope, not a soul.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we're at the beach pit.
Yep.
All right. Let's go in.
Are there lights on?
Yep.
Well, yeah. We'll go in the peach pit.
Okay, you do.
This place looks great.
You actually,
Just wait.
the place is still lively. There's still people kind of doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see your friend Dan tonight anywhere.
What about Samuel?
You mean Stanley?
Yeah, Stanley is the preacher. Samuel is my pube friend.
That's right. Yeah, I meant Stanley.
You do see Stanley. He's no longer at the bar. The bar is not a thing anymore.
Uh-huh.
You do still see what look to be prostitutes.
Uh-huh.
Stanley just seems to be walking around and he's wearing nicer clothing.
Oh, good for you.
He's the new pimp.
Right on.
I'm run up to Stanley.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go to Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley.
Hey, Stanley.
Stanley.
Well, hello.
Yeah,
Okay, I know it's been
Hi,
a few
Stanley.
days. Has anything happened?
yeah. How are things going around here?
The cult hasn't been around.
For the past couple days, there hasn't been any. Like since we had the whole ordeal with Margot, there hasn't been any more.
Haven't seen them at night
Damn
anymore.
it.
Interesting.
People have been celebrating
Well, that's good.
Okay.
Oh,
what-
celebrating what?
That the cult hasn't
that
been.
they're
around.
not
Yeah,
here.
Not here.
They've been showing up every night. Well,
They had to
for
have
over a
gone-
year.
They had to have gone the cave.
They had to have left somewhere,
Okay,
gone
what are
somewhere.
we-
We've been on the
Hey,
hunt.
Stanley, what do you know? You wouldn't. Never mind.
We've been on the hunt for the cult for the past couple of days. We've been traversing through the sewers and going up. Do you know anything about an old town up on the mountain? On
That's what I was
on the
gonna
back end of
ask you.
town.
Not a thing.
Do you know anything about that area up over there?
No.
Interesting.
You have to remember, I've been completely
Yeah,
blacked out.
Do you know anyone?
See, I can relate.
It's just
Hi, I'm
obviously.
Zara.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet
Stanley.
you. You seem nice.
Is this still a brothel?
No. I am currently in the process of converting it to a temple to Soon.
Oh,
Who's
gosh.
that?
Dear girl, she is the goddess of beauty.
Oh.
If you'd like to be with any of her priestesses or priests, let me know.
Tempting. Very tempting.
Will do.
But first, do you
I
know?
take a couple steps back.
You do.
Do you know anybody who might be sympathetic to our needs that could know any information about this old town or some cave that was in there? Did any of us doodle down some of the etchings on the walls there?
No, I didn't think to doodle at that moment.
Hey, Stanley.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of something called Isacor? And yes, I said it your way.
As you say Isacor,
Oh.
Stanley's face kind of shifts a little bit
Oh.
at hearing it. Why do you ask?
I remember hearing myths as a child, so I just was curious if you remember anything about it.
Any reason?
Just out of curiosity. I saw something in the woods with it, and I just was curious about it.
That's very curious.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can I kind of like put my get my daggers kind
get
of
your
like
Assassin's Creed daggers going.
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead and make
sorry.
sleight of hand.
Okay. Oh gosh. 23.
Yeah, you got your daggers very easily accessible, but no one's any the wiser.
I kind of just want to hum a little bit, thinking of the name.
You do a little bit. Well, in ancient times, there's at least the myth goes that this whole area of the world was a seat of a great kingdom. The king being Isacor. This being apparently had wings like an angel, and speed that no human could fathom. He apparently moved like light itself.
Sorry to interrupt you,
Yes.
Stanley. Did he have like swords? Was he known for swords?
I have no idea.
Okay, continue.
But as the myth goes, he fell into some form of madness. And began terrorizing those he once ruled over. And the people eventually rised up and cast him down.
Cast him down, killed him, or cast him down, sent him somewhere?
That's all I know from the myth.
So what about Bolest? Did she ever have any connection between him or the goddess to soon? Bolesti. Molesti.
Bolest.
Potesti.
Who Margot is quite fond of.
Yeah.
Something about plagues and such.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
Well,
Just
I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
Oh,
No, you're great.
Stanley,
You're great. Thank you.
You're amazing.
no, that information about Isacor is actually very helpful.
Very, very
Yeah.
helpful.
Because, yes, we've been, like I said, we've been kind of on a wild goose chase the past couple of days.
Do you speak any languages?
Besides common, she means,
Yeah.
obviously.
Well, I know a little bit of Celestial in what I do. And I know a little bit of Elvish.
Do any of us know Elvish?
No.
I mean, she's an elf.
I don't know.
You don't know
Oh, how do
Elvish?
You don't know
Oh, you're
Elvish?
an elf.
I'd
Yeah.
rather not go to that.
All right.
Anyway, so Elvish, huh? Do you have like a book on Elvish anywhere? Like just a great dictionary? Or...
That I do not.
Could you,
Sorry.
perchance... I don't really know how Elvish script works. Could you perchance write out some of the characters so that if we came across something, we could translate it, perhaps?
Is
or-
this what? Does this have to do with the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, we came across some script that none of us recognized.
Just bring him to the
It's-
cave.
Well, that's a long way
He's-
out
he's
for
building a
Stanley.
church.
He's busy, but if he could give us something perhaps to translate Elvish or Celestial, that would be of great help to us.
I understand a bit of Elvish. I don't know it written.
Oh.
Also, the time it would take, you'd be here for months.
Do you know any?
Sure.
Do you know anybody wise in the town that could tell us information about the mountain or something up there?
Well, Dagger Point is not known for its
Of course.
spiritual or wise leaders.
Gathered that. Yeah, makes sense.
I can tell you this. There is an old fellow. Kind of crazy looking.
Oh,
Is it Abernathy?
Don't tell me his name is Abernat.
No.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch!
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh, no, it's okay. We just have...
he's a lovely man.
He's the oldest person I know in the town.
Sure.
Right.
So
I guess old doesn't necessarily mean wise.
he's a little crazy,
Frank,
but
sounds like he's
sometimes
old.
Crazy like a fox.
sometimes madness hides and masks wisdom.
I see why you're a preacher. That was very good.
So,
Thank you.
Where do we find Abernathy this time?
oh, he's in the marketplace. He sells
It's a little late for him to be out there, I'd say.
turnips.
It's a little late.
I think he sells a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know where you could find him at this hour, but
Well, Stanley, I have a favor to ask
you
you.
could certainly find him in the market on the morrow.
Yes. Well, while we're waiting to find Abernathy on the morrow, would it be possible for us to crash here for the night, clean up some so that we can
course.
certainly?
Oh,
Of course.
Could I ask
Thank
you
you,
a
Stanley.
favor, Stanley? While we rest, could you just keep your eye for any sign of Margot or cultists coming through or...
Inside my body.
I didn't know your stomach could do that, Frank.
I got nothing.
or anything like that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'll keep an eye out.
We have a feeling we might know where they might be on the run to. We want to put it into whatever they're doing for good. We don't know if they'll be coming back, even though they've been gone the past few days.
And while we rest, can you just see if in Peach Pit there's anything else about Bolest or Isaac or anything of the such?
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
On a separate note, do you know anywhere we could buy some like goods, some like rope or something that could get us across a long crevasse?
You could check the marketplace,
At the marketplace.
where Abernathy will be.
Seems reasonable.
He might even have some rope.
Wonder what kind of rope he would sell us.
Probably a dead possum.
Probably a dead possum.
Or a turnip.
Or a turnip.
A yam, maybe.
What a confused old man.
I just say thank you so much.
Right.
And
You're welcome, dear.
I hand him 15 gold.
Thank you. I will put it towards the church.
I thought you would.
Alright,
Um,
go
He goes and hands it off to one of the
we're
prostitutes.
going
Dang it.
Yes.
Not to go use, like,
Okay.
just hands it off to her to, like, take somewhere else.
Right.
By prostitute, I meant priestess.
Right.
Welcome to a temple of deity.
Potato.
You guys are just, he
And,
shows
and
you,
Zara doesn't really get that.
okay.
But she gets it, but she doesn't get it.
He shows you to one of the much bigger rooms that was downstairs. Might have had various parties in it. But
Orgies.
he looks at you and I feel like this way you guys won't have to necessarily split up. You can stay together and plan or
Well, thank you, Sam.
whatever
Thank you, Sam.
whatever works best.
We do appreciate that.
It should be better than the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And somewhere to wash off.
He points you to like a bathhouse area that's inside the Peach Pit.
Great.
Peach Pit. Super nice.
Nice. Well, we will do that. Take a long rest.
Okay.
And then back at it in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys spend the rest of the night washing up and getting your stuff back together and in order and then going to bed in this large room.
Uh-huh.
We don't have any dreams, do we?
Frank, you meditate solidly through the night.
Okay.
No
What?
no slipping into
I was wondering, like,
anything. Everyone else, you sleep pretty peacefully.
Great.
Wake up the next day as sun crests through the room's window.
All right, people.
Alright, let's go
To the
we gotta go
marketplace.
Let's
the
do
market.
this.
Frank, try to put a smile on for Abernathy. He seemed to like you just a little bit.
Okay, I can't muster up a smile that easily.
I will. At
Let's
least
see
just
it.
be
Give it a
friendly. You can
shot.
do. Yeah, show us. Oh,
Are those
teeth.
Yeah.
He's all teeth.
I'm imagining it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, nothing
There's no
changes.
skin,
There's no
yeah.
skin.
There's
It's just
no.
like
There's just
I like to
no.
imagine that there's one little click as it's just like, but it's like doesn't change at all. It's just like,
And there's like no eyes in him either.
no, he has
he's
eyes.
still got the
Did you
eyes.
put him back in?
They've been in.
No, I took them
He
out.
took him
didn't I?
out.
When did you take him out?
When he was hiding.
when I was
When he was
hiding.
hiding.
Oh, my bad. Yes. No, you haven't
Did you
put
leave
them back
him
in
out?
then.
I guess you gave me back all my stuff.
Yeah, I gave you back all your
So
stuff.
I guess I
yeah.
put them back in. Yeah.
Sweet. So
I'll
yeah,
say we
he
put them
has
back
eyes.
in.
I like it. I
Great,
like it. This
thank
is
you.
good.
Yeah. Let's
So
go.
we're clean. We're well rested.
Awake.
We're going to the marketplace to find Abernathy.
You know, I don't know if I like that name anymore.
What?
I don't think I'm gonna sing it. Isaac.
Isaac
I mean, it sounds like there's
Sounds
some.
like he was kind of a bad dude.
No,
Well,
I
Celestia,
think he
what
was
is-
just misunderstood.
Okay, well we'll find out. But anyway,
Oh yeah, let's check out the.
Yeah.
I think I'll find a new, thing to hum one day.
Guys head to the marketplace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Takes you a little bit of time to get there. Not bad. And you roll up into the marketplace. You see a few vendors.
Good morning, marketplace.
And one familiar old man with Coke bottle glasses and a gray mohawk.
Did
and
he hit on me? I couldn't remember.
Probably.
All right.
gold teeth?
I'm gonna the bubbies a little bit.
That you do.
Great. We walk up to
Right.
Abernathy. Rewind.
Mr. Abernathy, I presume.
hello.
Hello. Your tits are out there.
Yes, Abernathy. I have a little question for you.
What?
What?
We have some inquiries to make, sir.
Yes.
Ask away.
What can you tell us about the little village on the mountain? Do you know?
Oh, a village on the mountain, you say?
Yes, love.
I don't know nothing about that.
I take 2 turnips out of my bag and I slam them on the counter and I say, "What do you know about Isaacor?"
Well, Isaac is something that the kids say these days, where they're like, Isaac.
He's not crazy.
Do you know anything? Do you know anything about a cave on the mountain? Sorry, a little Toph got back in there.
Topka Boolean.
Toph Kubulian. Do you know anything about a cave up on the mountain?
Well, the only cave I know about into the mountain
I don't want to know the end of the sentence.
I
is
do.
the one with the chasm in it.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. What else do you know about
Yes.
that?
Yes.
What else about it,
What else about
Abernathy?
it?
What?
There's
The
a
chasm.
chasm on a cave. Do you know about chasms there, Abernathy?
Chasm was a good friend of mine.
Right. But what else do you know about that cave on the mountain, Abernathy?
The cave on the mountain, you say?
Right.
The one with the chasm?
Yes. What else?
Oh. Let's see.
Can I perceive if his craziness is a deception?
Yes. Go ahead. Go an insight check though.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna see if I'm in a dream again. see if we're all in a dream. I'm sorry, I gotta. That's a.
Son of a bitch,
You
we're all
don't
in a
know,
dream.
Frank.
That's
You have
a
no
10.
idea.
That's a 10.
Five.
Damn
A
it.
5? He's fucking insane.
The cave on the mountain.
The cave on the mountain, right?
Yes. There's a chasm in it.
Well, it was said that was the final resting place of the great King Isaacor.
Like I said.
The final resting place.
Can I get you some turnips? Did you want to buy these?
No, do you have rope though? Or
Rope?
yeah.
Of course I got some rope.
And he leans under the cabinet and he pulls out a dead possum that Frank gave
Can
him.
I sneak behind into his booth and get
That's
what
5
we
gold.
Go ahead and roll sneak.
Ah.
Or stealth.
Yeah, so 5 gold, please.
Oh, what?
An 18?
An 18.
need? Shit.
What do you think you're doing, lassie? Trying to get in me britches?
Oh, Abernathy, you're so sexual.
I know it. I know it.
I just wanted
That's what all the ladies at the beach tell me.
While he's distracted, can I
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
point
yeah,
go in
yeah.
there? While he's distracted, can I at this point go on the other side?
Go ahead,
of the-
roll.
Okay. Well.
I just
Can I notice Frank can I notice that happening?
15.
Are you trying to notice? Okay, Mr. Bony Hands, what are you doing over here?
I just also find you so attractive,
we
sir.
just love
I
you.
can't knock you for that.
Mr. Abernathy, I have a fun game.
Okay, what's the game?
If you wanted to jump across a chasm, what would you use?
Well, I'd use this rope. And he pushes the dead possum closer to you.
Can I slide
If you wanted to eat a dead possum, what would you use?
Well, I'd use these forks. And he pulls out some rope.
Now, if you wanted
Yes?
to defeat an evil king, what would you use?
Well, I would just not do it. Go to sleep, find a nice prostitute, enjoy some life.
If you wanted
to
have a nice sleep with a prostitute, what would you use?
Well, I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd find a really, really powerful weapon, and I'd just go swinging at him until he stopped moving.
No. If the prostitute,
I take the
Abernathy
rope
was
very quickly.
on the other
That's
side.
5 gold.
I put the $5.
Thank you. Same price as rope.
Abernathy.
Enjoy your forks.
No,
What?
What? Go.
if the prostitute was on the other side of a 30-foot chasm, how would you cross said chasm if
I'd
there was
use
not?
this rope. And he
You
pushes the
said
possum
that.
towards you.
Abernathy, thank
Yes,
you,
my
love.
name is Abernathy. What are we all yelling
Abernathy,
here?
thank you, love, so much.
One.
Can you just do me a favour before you talk to the other one?
What would that be,
Can you
dear?
just, while we're gone, can you just be looking out for them cultist people?
I'll put my best eye on it.
Oh, thank you, love. And I'm going to give them all a kiss on the cheek.
And you see the one eye just like rolls to the right.
Oh. I still kiss him on the cheek.
Abernathy.
I like a kiss from a hot man, I do.
He said you look like a man, Tabitha.
And you're a beautiful skinny lady, I tell you what.
He says you look like Lady Frank.
No, Abernathy, one last request. Or maybe two, who knows.
Okay.
What's the fastest way out of this town?
The fastest way out of the town, I would assume the fastest way out of town would just be use the gate.
And if you didn't want to use the gate, what would you do?
I guess sprout wings and fly.
Thanks, Abernathy.
Thanks, Abernathy.
Haha, you're welcome.
Goodbye, love. And I'm going to... My bubby's back in.
Goodbye. Did you want to buy these turnips?
You keep them.
Wait. I'm sorry. One more.
Yes.
Do you have any books on Elvish?
Of course I do.
Oh, it's not going to be
He pulls
that
out a
at
sack
all.
of potatoes.
What about any potatoes?
Of course I do. And he pulls out some yams.
Dang it! Thanks not to... Oh, go.
Thank you.
You know, I just
That's it. Thank you.
realized I'm all
out,
good on
I'm out.
potatoes.
I'm out.
Okay, and he takes the yams. Who wanted the book on Elvish?
Oh, she did.
I did.
Well, that'd be 5 gold, please.
You know what? Psych, I'm good. I'm an elf already. Haha, see ya.
Do you have any arrows?
You're not an elf, even I can see that.
Can we hear that?
Yeah.
What?
What now? Arrows?
What?
I don't sell weapons, but you can check the Fletcher over there.
We will
Thank
most
you,
certainly do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Abernathy, what are you?
What?
What are you?
I'm a human.
He's a crazy old man.
What the hell do you think she is? She's obviously an elf. What are you talking about?
She's not an elf. Just like you're not a smurf.
I laugh.
The hell's
This
a
guy's
smurf?
amazing.
You don't know what a smurf is? They're like little blue imps, but they're little fairies, and they're tiny. And they run around the woods, and they're like, "Wah!" And they run from wizards.
What is he?
Him?
Yeah.
He said I was a beautiful, strapping young lady.
He's looking at you with his eye.
That's a prostitute right there, dearie.
As you can tell, I'm a
Well,
beautiful, beautiful
clearly,
prostitute.
Abernathy, you are the wisest man in this town. We're on our way.
Okay,
Goodbye.
we're wasting time.
Yeah, we
Goodbye,
out. We out. I can't do this anymore.
I want to go.
Bye.
I want to go to the Fletcher, who we mentioned,
Okay.
Bye.
Go to the Fletcher.
because I want more than rope to try to get across.
Oh my god, my eyes hurt.
That was
For the listeners, his eyes were twitching
He-
a lot.
The commitment to Abernathy is
thanks,
no
guys.
joke.
I really like Abernathy.
Oh my gosh.
I hope he translates to radio really well.
Oh my god.
He will.
All right. Fletcher.
How?
You go in the direction he pointed you. It takes you to somebody that sells horseshoes.
We asked the person selling horseshoes where we can buy weapons.
Cool. It's this very burly woman, and she's like, "Well, you should just go to the Fletcher."
Well, where's
Can you
the Fletcher?
We were given some bad
You
directions.
talked to Abernathy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Other side of town.
Thank you.
And make your way across towards the other side of this marketplace expanse. And eventually, the roll investigation, because you're the one that's specifically looking for this. No longer at disadvantage for those of you that are 18. Yeah, you find it pretty quick. You find a sign that has a target with 3 arrows in the bullseye.
I thought you were saying there was a target sign.
Yes.
Yes.
Ye old target.
Ye old target.
That was funny.
Let's get those
that's
savings
canon now.
on.
But it is very clearly a shop that might sell bows and arrows and stuff.
Great. We'll go in there.
Can I ask the person manning this fletching shop a question?
Absolutely. Walking up to the desk, you see kind of a young man, sandy blonde hair, a little bit of stubble. Very handsome by most standards.
I just like stare. Can't stop staring.
Hey, how can I help you guys?
Okay,
Hi.
I was wondering
Hello? Hi.
if you were to cross a crevasse of 30 or so feet, how would you do it? This is a riddle.
How deep is the crevasse?
Bottomless.
Let's say it's a bottomless crevasse.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? No.
Is that the answer?
No,
Or-
that's not
okay,
the answer.
No, okay, so you have to.
You have to cross the crevasse, and you can't jump it because it's 30 feet, and you can't go under it because it's endless
Bottomless,
pit.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
would you
not
get
a
across?
bridge. There's
Bridge is
only
out.
posts from where a bridge was.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Skeleton Man, what the fuck are you?
This is Frank. Frank's fine.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the riddle.
Yeah, we didn't think that.
Okay.
What's your name, by the way?
Marcus.
Marcus. Roarke, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Roarke.
I'm Frank, and there's a little bit of gold in for it if you can solve the riddle.
Is that Marcus with a C or a K?
See.
Nice.
Well, you could attach rope to an arrow, but that would make the arrow very
Weak.
well. It would make it not be able to carry as far.
Right.
But
So-
And you need to
could
cross
use
the
a bow and
crevasse.
arrow,
Right.
Good.
is what he's saying.
Do
Do you sell maybe arrows that would be strong enough to carry it across?
Well, it wouldn't be necessarily that. You would need a really large bow.
Do you sell really large bows?
Not that size. You're looking at like a ballista.
And in this riddle, you cannot
Or
bring
a
a ballista.
ballista.
You can't bring a ballista to this place. You can only bring yourself and some items that you can carry.
I guess I would go for a grappling hook.
Do you sell any grappling hooks, Marcus?
No.
Do you know of anywhere we could get one in town? I'll just tell you, Marcus. We're trying to help finish off this whole plague cult that's been dealing with the situation around here.
And we need to cross a giant crevasse.
We're tracking them down. I'm just gonna be a straight shooter with you. We're trying to finish the job here.
That's you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me see what I got.
Okay.
And
If
he
you have any arrows, I'd love to see them.
he goes into a back room. As you're kind of saying that, he's taking off. And he comes back with about 50 feet of rope. I don't know if you guys have like a hook or like
meat hook.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
And he takes it. He ties a series of intricate knots with the rope to the meat hook and kind of ties it down, and then it's like, yeah, I mean, is one of you think strong enough to throw this that far?
I think we could figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he just hands it over to you, and he's like, please,
Thank you.
the rope's on the house. Like,
Thank you,
You
Marcus.
solved
We
the
do
riddle, so I gotta
appreciate
give
it.
you. I gotta give you something.
please.
No, you solved the riddle.
Okay.
Here's 3 gold.
Well, thank you very much.
For that, seriously. Marcus, do you have any arrows? Just
Yeah, plenty of arrows. And you look, the walls are like lined with like
what's your best one?
different. My best arrow. Oh. Okay. And he reaches up under the counter and he pulls out this arrow. This is my only one of these. It's been in my family for years. It's this beautiful, beautiful arrow. Looking at it, it looks very similar to the one that Frank had.
Has.
Sorry.
Do you? Or did I steal it in the night?
No, I have it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Frank still has it. The arrowhead's silver in the same shape with the same kind of carvings in it. But it looks brand new. The wood is pristine in the arrow, and the fletching is this gorgeous green and yellow striped, almost.
I say, that looks pretty familiar, and I put mine on the table. I say,
Holy, where did you find this?
Up
What
in the
is it?
mountains.
Up in the mountains?
yeah, what is it?
By that old village. Do you know what we're talking about?
No.
It's way up the mountain, behind the town.
Huh.
It's mostly dilapidated and torn apart.
Well,
This arrow has cost us a lot of trouble, so I'm wondering what it is.
For you.
Well, the story goes, at least in my family, that this is an arrow of just in general evil slaying. Like anything that's undead, demon, or fiend, it's very powerful against.
Yeah, makes sense.
Interesting.
That's all I know.
Is yours of the same nature?
Yes.
I'd gladly take it.
He looks like really like not wanting to part with
I'm
this.
gonna persuadingly ask for it.
We are attempting to slay an undead king.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
You're laying all our cards on the table with this guy.
Eight.
You have to understand, this has been in my family for years. Like this,
I'm
Now-
paying
it's
very
a
well
treasured
for it.
heirloom.
Wait, this might interest you. How much might one of these cost? Like this one.
Like that one.
Like this one.
Well, I would pay you 200 gold for it.
200 gold.
Frank,
What a price.
do not sell that arrow.
What a price for a weapon.
But
Frank?
mine, I don't think I could part with it for anything under 1,000.
Okay.
1,000?
Like I said,
I would
I mean,
gladly...
it does seem to be of a great power, and it has been in your family. It's very understandable. We just,
Marcus, I'm gonna tell you.
I hunt a lot, and I often take this with me, just in case. Dagger
what
Point's
if
very dangerous.
I just use it for this one mission and we'll bring it right back?
Can you promise that you'll bring it back?
I absolutely will.
And you really think it will do some good to the town?
Oh, absolutely, Marcus.
I can say that if it comes down to it, we will absolutely,
Mark,
if
shut
there's
up.
nothing else, we will use it to end your plague troubles for good.
Yeah.
We were trying to help you make this town safe.
Okay.
Oh.
And he hands the arrow over
Thank
to you, seeing that you're the only one with a bow.
Do you have a better bow?
Potentially.
I'd love to see it.
So, asking him about
A bow.
a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I can show you some of my finer bows. And he goes over to the wall, like one of the walls, and you see these very long, beautiful, elegant bows. You can buy any one of these. They'll all treat you really well.
Great. Give me your best one.
Give? You're not gonna buy?
No.
Man needs to make a living.
Yeah. How much for your best one?
Well, and he pulls this beautiful red, like wood, recurve bow.
Nice.
It curves back around the tips, and it has almost this black laminate around the red.
Ooh.
This beautiful black leather wrapped handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts it on the counter, and he's like, "This is the best longbow I own.
Sure.
It's 50 gold."
Hey, Roarke, pay for my bow.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't have any money. Pay for the bow. Do you want me to help you?
What?
She's got a good point,
Pay for the
Roarke. You
bow.
should pay the
You
woman.
have a ton
Hold
of
on,
money.
I'm shopping around. You said that to me as I was like over at the wall where the firearms are.
Since we have, discount, because we're gonna fix the cult problem, maybe we could talk about a discounted price.
We gotta keep in mind you just borrowed $1,000 worth of stuff from this man.
I will knock your skull
I really
off.
just hope this man doesn't fall into the gutter, you know?
What kind of thing were you thinking about?
I'll trade you the short sword in for the longbow, along with the promise of returning back this arrow.
You're wanting to trade a short sword into
A short bow, sorry.
A short bow. Okay. Can I see the bow?
Yeah.
Go ahead and describe the bow that you had.
It's a short
time.
bow.
What does it look like?
It's just brown.
It's just a brown wood.
It's brown and wood.
It's one that I made
Okay.
on the island where I was, so it's like out of a palm tree.
You were on an island?
Are you asking me in character?
No, that was Jonah being like,
Oh.
she was on an island too? Didn't know that.
This is my island in the
That's
sun.
But it's really good.
All three of us wound up on an island at some point.
Yeah, that's weird.
How about this? Because this is my family shop.
Oh God! Kill me with the sob story.
No, I'm interested. What is it?
Frank.
I'm over looking at guns.
There are no guns. Love you.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you said that there were.
No, I was gonna say ask that question in a minute
Oh.
Because
because
there's
we
no
probably
good.
cut it.
Ah.
But having asked him if he had guns, he looks very like, no.
Marcus, let's speak quickly.
I don't sell those.
We have a job to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's your story?
Frank.
No, it's my family shop, and I can't just give away the best stuff I have.
That's a good rule.
But
That's a good rule.
Yeah.
if you give me your short bow, I can let you borrow this long bow. I can finish this short bow up for you
Yeah.
and make it look a lot nicer and have some better qualities.
Sure.
But I do need you. I'm gonna incite you now.
Yeah, that's a
That's
good call.
fair.
That's a
That's
good call.
fair.
Are you gonna bring these things back?
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because you're making me laugh. Marcus, absolutely.
You really gonna bring these things back?
Yes, Frank.
You were just saying that you weren't.
No, I will absolutely, Marcus.
How about a 20 gold down payment on this long bow?
Mm-hmm.
Just right now.
For the listeners, she totally flipped Frank off to the side.
To rent it, you can rent this longbow for 20 gold, super cheap,
Gold.
and then I'll fix up your short bow, make it look really
Sure,
nice.
sure.
And when you bring back the arrow and the longbow, I'll give you the short bow
Absolutely.
back.
Pay
It'll only
him
be 20
20.
gold.
Frank, pay him the 20.
I'm sorry, am I your sugar daddy?
Yeah,
all
you
of a
are.
sudden?
Pay him the 20. I'm sorry, who's died twice? Pay him the 20.
You know.
Please,
what
Roarke, pay him
what
the
kind of like? Do you have anything magical here, like a magical bow or something? Magical crossbow.
I would just
prefer
advise
that.
you to not do
that.
this.
I do not.
You do not.
I don't have any magical items. I'm sorry.
All right, since
Brr.
Tabitha finally said please, I'll slide 20 gold on the counter and say, know anything about guns in this town, or is that just gonna be a dead end?
And I take the bow.
Here's what I'll tell you about guns. They are currently illegal to sell openly.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I do not have any guns.
Wink.
No
Wink, wink.
No.
Winkety wink.
I don't know of anyone that does. I don't deal with that kind of trade, sir.
Oh, Marcus is such a
Fair
good
enough.
guy.
He's not getting this bow back or this arrow.
Well,
But if you would like any arrows or bolts or
We gotta go.
crossbow,
No, thank you,
tell you
Marcus.
what.
do you need any normal arrows?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What would you like?
I'll take your best ones.
No, you won't, because I'm sure as hell not paying for anything else of
Just
yours.
a bundle of your best bows.
Bows?
I mean arrows, sorry.
Bundle of bows.
I can give you
No arrows.
20 arrows for 10 gold.
Nice. That's a good deal.
Hey, give me
Because
4
you
gold.
guys are gonna go. I know you guys are gonna go.
Thank you. Zara, do you have any gold I can borrow?
You know, because you're a hard-working man, I appreciate a hard-working man. I used to be one myself when I had skin. I appreciate you and the work that you do.
Can I
So
try?
if you come upon some kind of magical bow or something that might lead me to slay some sort of foe,
Oh, this is a bad
I
idea,
want
Brooke.
you to have some gold. So I give him 15 gold.
Oh, and I'm gonna take
If
the
you-
arrows.
If you find anything magical, you save it for me. Any kind of magical bow, any kind of magical crossbow, any kind of magical anything, just let me know first. Save it for me.
Absolutely, we'll do.
Cool.
All right.
You terrify me, but
You better.
Frank's fine. Do you have any hand crossbows?
absolutely.
How much do those run?
75 gold.
75?
Sheesh.
Done. I need something quiet occasionally, and I'm not great with regular bows, but that's more
Why you don't even use your gun hardly ever?
because it's very loud. I like the feel of the gun, and so I figure a hand crossbow is probably the closest I'm gonna get.
Okay.
I just need something for,
you
when I need
75
to
gold?
not be loud. Yeah.
75 gold.
Yeah.
He hands you over this beautiful little hand crossbow.
Great.
It's got some gold.
All right. This has
Bolts.
been a fun shopping.
You know what? I'll throw in 20 bolts with that. That's a pretty big purchase.
Thank you, Marcus. I do appreciate
All right,
that.
ladies, this has been a very fun shopping trip. We need to go.
Marcus, here's a little hint. I think what would be really good, like kind of like catchy, get some people in here. Like, you've got so many great arrows. Name the place Target.
That's what it said on the sign, didn't it?
I don't know.
We don't have I mean, it's just like.
I'm
our
just throwing
fletching
that
shop,
out
but,
there
like-
right before
Yeah.
we leave, and I start to walk out. And can I give him a little kiss?
Maybe
Wait.
get a dog,
Wait, the sign,
a white one.
but the sign on the outside had a target on it, right?
Well, I mean, he should just. I don't know if that was your point, but like, why
I
don't
just-
you put the name Target on the target?
I just assumed the place was
copyright
called
situation.
Target.
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'll think about it.
And we out.
I go.
You
And I'm
do.
out.
And he's like,
Yeah, that's a little charm without putting a spell on you.
Slut over there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Tabitha.
Hand crossbow is a D6, right?
hand crossbow is 1d6 piercing.
Sweet.
And then I poke my head back in really quick and be
30
like,
to
maybe a little
120
dog
feet.
with a bullseye on his eye too. And then I'm out.
All right, to the mountain.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
we've got a grappling hook. We've got some nice new stuff. Yeah, I think to the mountain.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're gonna fight some sort of ancient king, some
Right.
undead king, I want to make sure that I have something to fight it with.
You have your new staff.
My new staff?
Well, Frank, what are you thinking about fighting?
What is your
Well,
staff?
I'm
do?
I mean,
wondering-
personally, I'm
I'm
hoping
won-
that we don't run into an evil king.
Well,
I just want
I
to
could be
find
all
and
for
finish
it,
off
but I'm-
Margot and the rest of the cult.
I'm just wondering if there's like a magic shop in town that might have something that I could use.
I have a short sword. Do you want it?
I poke
I
my
said
head back
magic
in
shop,
the old
not
Target and I
short
say,
sword.
"Hey, Marcus, anywhere in town anybody sell magic shit, or that just gonna be another no?"
I don't think so.
That's a bummer.
Solid, and I leave.
Frank, you're just gonna have to suck it up.
No worries.
You're gonna have to shut up.
Fine. Frank, we used to be so close. What happened?
You happened.
I thought we were living in the present, Frank.
Well, she's got a point there. That does have to go both ways.
Well, I can. Okay. Whatever.
I mean, it does go. But look, I get why you were angry.
I do.
But if you
too.
said we're living in the present, it does go both ways. You know.
Do you want to cut my throat for payback?
Oh.
Is that really a question?
Do you have
wanna
to make?
ask
Do I
you?
have to answer that question, Tabitha?
I mean, You are my friend, Frank. I will offer it to you if you want. I kind of like extend my neck out and like.
Well, on that note, how's about we head up the mountain?
Let's go in the shithole again.
Oh, do we have to go through the sewers?
We have to go through the shithole.
No, we're not
Yeah,
going.
let's
No,
not
we're
go
gonna
through the
go
sewer.
just
There's
around.
There's another way?
We'll just go
We're
out the
going
front gate and
around.
go around the back way.
Wait, we are certain that does that, right?
I mean, it's just a
think
wall
so?
around town. We should.
Right.
We saw the city from the mountain.
I'm just saying we're gonna trust a crazy old man saying we can go around the city.
Looking at the direction that we know that the mountain is in, can I see the mountain?
So Dagger Point is carved into this mountain.
Yeah, so we just keep on going
It's
up.
on the other side of the mountain, right?
It's around to the other side of the mountains.
All right.
Yeah, well, so we'll just keep following the mountain.
All right.
Yeah,
If we can, yeah.
I'm not going back through the sewer. I'm done with that shit.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes. So we'll go
Alright.
at the front gate, go around, follow that river,
Yeah.
Here we go.
and follow it up.
Woo, let's do it.
You guys make your way the rest of the day back around out of the town, around through the massive fields, following the river. No sign of animals, no sign of cultists, no sign of anything really life-wise. The occasional bird and frog. You make your way up the mountain. It's slow going, but you've done it a few times, so you are able to stave off too severe of exhaustion. However, by the time you make it back to the small town in the mountain, the sun has crested down. It is now nighttime.
Ugh, we gotta move fast.
Yeah, we gotta keep going.
Good thing
'Cause
it's
how
dark in there.
long does it take us? Oh, yeah.
Is where we will end.
No.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to The Quest Company. If you enjoy our podcast, please be sure to rate us, review us, and subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher or wherever the hell you get your podcasts. It's a great way to let us know how we're doing and help us towards getting featured on those platforms. It also helps me out a lot, guys, as a DM. If you'd like to contact us, you can check out our Connect page on our website, questcompanypodcast.com, which has a form for contacting us directly, as well as links to our various social media accounts. While you're there, be sure to check out our official artwork done by Dakota Collins. You can find more of his artwork on Instagram at alchemicaldragon, or you can check out his website, datcollins.wordpress.com. We've also had some listeners do amazing fan art for us. We'd love to thank Elena, Jackie, and Sybil. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. You can see their art featured on our fan art page of our website, as well as on our Instagram, where we have links to their various accounts. It's really cool art, and we're extremely thankful to have fans that are inspired by the show, especially enough to draw pictures of our dumbasses. If you have fan art of the podcast and would like to share it, or you just want to talk to us and ask me questions as a DM or anything like that, just tag us in an Instagram post or tweets with @TheQuestCompany or #TheQuestCompany. We love seeing your art, and we love hearing from you guys. We want to share what you guys want to say with the rest of the world and the rest of our listeners. Again, thanks so much for listening, and be sure to join us next week for another episode of the fucking Quest Company.